Sawadika. Wilhelm Scream.
Hey, what's up? It's Nuno.
I'm Ben.
I'm Trev.
Yeah, we had a lot.
There were a couple.
Yeah.
One that I remember was Caves of Black.
Yeah, dude, I was gonna use
That was a John Tevz
That was
one.
a John Tevz OG.
Caves of Black.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I can't imagine.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
I knew that was bad right off.
Yeah, right off
off
the
the get.
But it was in there like a red herring, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it just
make
kept
Wilhelm
it made
Scream look better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll have one answer that comes to mind. If you like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, you like their comedy, they have a movie called Cannibal the Musical. That's their first movie, and it looks like it cost about $100 to make, and it's amazing. So that's a nerdy fun one. But I don't know.
I just watched the movie. It's about nerd culture, I guess, but it's so funny. I forgot how funny it was. It's called Galaxy Quest.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Tim Allen. It's they're all like Star Trek type show.
Yeah, they're actors.
They're all actors.
They have to act, solve the real problem. Yeah.
Oh my God, what a fucking riot! Man. That's like a near perfect movie. I was not expected to be like that.
I don't know if it's that like nerdy of a movie, but I find a lot of people still haven't seen it. True Romance is like
Christian Slater,
with Christian Slater. I mean, it's a who's who of actors in that movie, and they all perform amazing. James Gandolfini, I need so many, and I think it wasn't Tarantino's first directorial thing, but I think he
wrote it.
He wrote it, yeah.
Okay.
So it has a lot of that kind of fun, kind of wordy, witty back and forth and banter and stuff, and it's it's just incredible. Christopher Walken's monologue in that movie is fucking top tier shit. So
That's a good one.
thanks, man.
Those are three good movies.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Orgasmo.
Orgasmo is great too.
I don't remember the story.
I remember.
You remember?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think I'm pretty sure. Maybe I made it up. It's a good story either way, whether it's true or not.
No matter what you say,
The song "The Kids Can Eat a Bag of Dicks" was originally titled something different, and I think what happened was, like, on some message boards and stuff, maybe some people might have been like talking shit about the band or about us or whatever. And Trevor was like, "Yo, those kids can eat a bag of dicks." And I think the song title changed like immediately then, like, oh, this song is now called "The Kids Can Eat a Bag of Dicks."
Okay, like you had the original title and then
and that title is now gone, lost to the
it
ages.
popped up like on stage in that moment, or like
No, I think it just happened in like sitting in like a living room somewhere talking shit about people talking shit.
Early internet days and the forums.
Yeah, the early
MySpace.
forums. Yeah, orgs. Dude.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I just had a brain explosion. Forgot what I was gonna say.
Song title "Walking with Michael Douglas." Was that a subpoena?
Oh.
Or
No, that was. So me and Subpoena would watch like a lot of movies, and we'd be like, and we watched that movie like that had Michael Douglas in it, where he walks around, and he's just like angry.
falling down?
He's just pissed off. Yeah, falling down, falling down. But we didn't know like the name of the movie, so we were just like, this is the guy. Kind of like we want this riff to be kind of in the vein of like Walking with Michael Douglas.
Okay.
So the full title was called "Kind of in the Vein of Walking with Michael Douglas."
Arguably a better title.
Yeah. Kind of in the vein of Walking with Michael Douglas.
Capturing a riff that embodies the way that Michael Douglas is walking around all pissed off.
Okay, now I got it.
We come from a time period where so many of like our contemporaries just had the most ridiculously long and like goofy ass song titles had nothing to do with like what the song was.
You never did it for an album though, which is pretty good. But none of the albums are like one of those like the total history orally of the early 2000s names. Yeah. I like long song titles though; they're memorable. You know, they're fun.
Yeah, and there's so many. Like I think each album contains like some title. They are really like.
They always end up on a set list, just one word.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, the set list might look quite kind of funny, like with that name. Like if you read it like without having any idea about the song. Was it a show? Like,
what's Bag O' Dicks?
You literally named all the three best things.
The platform where the fans. That platform there. I remember the first time playing it, just being blown away by how many people were like watching us and like rocking out like way into the woods. Like you couldn't even see people after a while. It seemed like an ocean of people. That was really pretty mind blowing. That visual never escapes my mind when I think of this festival.
This is my first punk rock holiday, so I'm very excited.
Yeah,
I have yet to experience the glory, but I no joke, like every night people have been going, "Oh, punk rock holiday! Oh, that's the best! You'll have the best time at." Like no joke. So I'm very excited. Yeah.
I also like going down to the river and having my testicles go back up into my body.
Yeah, shoot up into your throat.
It's fucking cold in there. It's really cold.
That feeling, unforgettable.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, you can pay for it, but it's going to cost you. You can get it for free in the river.
Dead Kennedys.
It's Bad Religion for me.
Yeah, I think for me it was probably Bad Religion. It was just whatever was on this early 90s skate videos, late 80s skateboard videos. So, it was Bad Religion. It was, Operation Ivy, whoever my favorite skateboarders were skateboarding to. So.
Oh my God. Mine might have been a Warped Tour like 99 or something like that. It might have been No Effects or something like that. And then I also saw the Misfits with Zoli singing. Like 2000, like Maritime Hall in San Francisco. That was one of my first shows. Yeah, it's weird.
I'm trying to remember. Mine was probably some Fat Records band, or maybe it was even Bad Religion. I don't know. It was Face to Face or Guttermouth or something like that. The first, I'm trying to think of the first punk. We had like a lot of local shows around our area.
Exactly. Like, I was gonna say, like the first show or like punk or otherwise, I played. Probably the second show, I played that too. Before I like seen other bands play and shit. So, but I remember No Effects. This might be one of the first. No Effects at Club Babyhead in Providence, Rhode Island, I think it was the Punk and Drublic.
I think you're right.
On tour for Punk and Drublic, and it was like a 400 capacity venue, and it was just like way oversold, and it was raining inside. It was like fucking. I got thrown all over the place. Like I ended up behind El Jefe's amp, and I was behind El Jefe's amp for most of the show. No. That was memorable.
Hell yeah.
I remember mine. It was the AFI East Bay Hardcore with the cat, like it's like an orange, like Halloween looking cat. That was, I wanted it so bad. My brother had it and then I got it. And that was my first shirt.
I don't remember my first punk rock shirt at all.
I don't know if it's a punk rock shirt, but yeah, they were a punk rock band. I think Dinosaur Jr. was my first shirt. And it was the one that had the baby cow face. It was purple shirt. It was purple.
Yeah.
It was extra large, so I was like swimming in it when I went to school. It looked like I had a blouse on.
Where's that shirt now?
Yeah, you'd be like the coolest kid in the
I don't know
room
where it is. I know
shit.
with all the kids these days, man.
Yeah.
I'm an XL, dude. I'll take that right off you.
Yeah, I have no idea where it has to be somewhere.
Let's find it.
I don't throw anything away, so it's got to be in the attic.
I can't think of the first band shirt I ever had.
Never rocked like a Misfits shirt or something?
Nah.
I remember like there's like so many bands like we would play with like so many bands, like so many like punk bands. So it would be like bands that you guys, there's no way you guys have heard of. You know, like FF. Yeah. I remember distinctly this band called FF, and it was short for like fat fuck, and they were like just like a punk. They were punk as fuck, and they were from like New York or something. And I was like, man, this is like a huge band. Like, but they just kind of like played our hometown, you know. So like I had their shirt, but I don't know if that would make a great answer.
Yeah,
good.
You know, what would be a good answer? I wanted to say that. Oh,
how about
the Misfits?
Yeah, there you go.
Dead Kennedys. I had Dead Kennedys probably my first punk rock shirt. That Dead Kennedys logo shirt. That was also extra large.
How big were you back then?
I was way smaller than I am now.
Yeah. Okay.
I was a kid.
Right.
I don't know why I got everything in extra large. I think I wanted to future-proof my clothes.
Yeah.
Grow into them.
Yeah.
Save money.
It's valid. I back it.
Yeah, now second-hand shirt is like very common. Like you.
Yeah.
Reuse,
cost more now. They cost more now.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to pay a shitload of
Go
money.
back to Trevor's parents' house and try to find that eBay gold, that vintage Dinosaur Jr.
Somewhere.
So like
we're gonna make $50 off that.
Yeah.
You watch us.
More.
Yeah.
$500.
Oh, like minimum
500. About 5,000. How much do you guys want for my Dinosaur Jr. shirt from 1992?
Follow us.
Maybe
for
we'll
more.
send you the offers.
Click on the link below.
Comment below.
Link and subscribe.
At JMascus.
Venmo. The smelling salts for this one.
For me, it was I had an older brother that got me into it, so that was my gateway. My older brother was 3 years older than me, and so when I was around 10, he was 13, and him and his friends were like the punk kids. So once I heard that, like heard what they were playing, like everything changed for me. I was no longer interested in much else at all. I remember seeing a Green Day live in Chicago, where Billy Joe had like bright blonde hair, he was spitting everywhere, he was wearing like a tie, it was right after Dookie. And that live show, Green Day at House of Blues in Chicago, whatever it was, just blew my mind. Like I remember that just literally like transformative experience. And then it was just from there, all I wanted to do was play music. So that's what I remember. I don't know. You know?
I think, I guess, I think playing one of our first shows, probably, when we played that show, we played New Bedford, we played a gymnasium, the YWCA, where tons of legendary shows went on. It's like in my backyard, literally to this day, like I bought a house like near there, like Fugazi would play there and stuff. They'd have New Bedford Hardcore Fest. And I think I was playing that show, and I think we were probably like 15, 16 or something. And like we started playing, and the place just lost their shit. It was just like bodies all over the place. I remember the show was just like super fucking good. It was like 500 kids just losing it. And it was like, whoa, yeah, this is punk rock. We are a punk rock band. This is fucking cool. This is how it works. You know, it's not like on TV when you're watching a concert with like a barricade and everything, and it's like the lighting show, and like, you know, all you see is like an ocean of people like Nirvana is playing for or something like that. This was like something like the crowd is in your band.
Yeah.
It's how it felt. I remember that feeling. It was a really cool feeling.
I think my answer is similar to Trevor's. Like, I knew like after playing those shows, like those early shows in our hometown in New Bedford, you know, our scene was so unified, you know what I mean? Like hardcore kids, punk rock kids, ska kids, alternative, like surf rock, you name it, all under one roof. And everyone shared friends and shared fans. And like, so performing to these friends of ours and like friends of theirs, and seeing everyone just have so much fun, I think right there, I was like, yes, this is it. You know what I mean? I was still very young. I was still very much into different things, mostly like skateboarding or, you know, whatever. But I was like, nah, you know, skateboarding's dope and it's always going to be cool. I can always do that. But if, you know, I'm going to hitch my wagon up to this train right here, because that feeling of being able to, you know, create something with your friends in like their mom's basement, you know, like, and then bring it out and then get a reaction. it was like, it's still to this day is the best feeling in the world. Like it's this, I always talk about like this energy exchange, you know, like you work so hard on something and then you go out there and perform and you put it all out there. And when people are giving it back, like really going for it, like I get goosebumps right now thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like it's just the greatest feeling. So from when we were 15 years old playing our first gigs, I was like, yeah, punk rock, this is an avenue I want to go down and really, really kind of explore. And the greatest part about it is it's taken us all over the world 5 or 6 times over. You know what I mean? Get to meet new people, meet some of the best friends I've ever known just through this community. So yeah, I think that's to me like the most special part of punk rock and like doing what we do and what really keeps us going or keeps me going for sure. Nice. Nice. I've never been. I did live for 3 years in Okinawa, Japan, which is in the South China Sea. And I had friends who were like half Thai, half American. But my very first memory of Thailand was my mother had a colleague in college. Her name was Nepaporn, and she would bring me like candies and like pencil boxes from when she would go home and come back. And she was just the nicest lady. And I was like, you know, I'd never seen someone like her, you know, before. I was very young. I was maybe 4 or 5 years old. But yeah, I still remember she brought me back. I don't know how to say it in Thai. In Japanese, it's called, I think, fudebako or something. It's like a pencil case, like for pens and stuff. And it was in the shape of a fish. And it was woven with something, I don't know, like some sort of straw or something. And it was so smooth and beautiful. And I was like, oh, it was like the most wonderful thing. So Nepa Porn, I don't know where you are right now, but if you're out there somewhere, Gloria, Nuno, say what's up.
I've never been out there. I hear amazing things. I had a few friends in my 20s that would go out there often and ride motorcycles throughout. And they said it was basically one of the cheapest, like least expensive, beautiful places you can go spend time. And obviously the food's like absolutely incredible. So I've heard great things. I would love to go, but I've never been. So, yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I've heard awesome things. Only thing I knew was like that guy that got caned. That's the only thing I heard about.
I think that was Singapore.
Oh, is that Singapore?
Yeah.
All right, we can delete that.
Cut that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Thailand, everyone out, all the punkers in Thailand for checking this out.
Just like
This is great.
Oh yeah! Whoa. Oh.